Dale Carnegie might have put it best. Winning friends begins with friendliness. And this brings me to a story that I thought of with the two of the most important values to success. Hi, my name is Anton Bennink, and here in the Freedom Lifestyle, I try to share everything that I've come across on my personal journey of discovery and development that helps me grow in life, that helps me become a better version of myself. And I am doing this to share as much of that with people open to also creating a better version of themselves. Let's dive in. Friendliness and righteousness, the man said. And I remember it as the day of yesterday. It was in the last couple of weeks that we were living on the northern coast of Cyprus in our beachfront apartment, where we had this man, and he was friendly and he was righteous as a neighbor. And oftentimes we chatted a little bit, and we had a lunch here and there or dinner every now and then, just to meet and share stories with each other. He was already retired and he was fairly successful. I think he was approaching his 70s. And he was from England originally, where they have had a beautiful estate somewhere in southern England. And there on the coast of Cyprus, they had their little getaway place. A beautiful beachfront apartment where we were neighbors of. Where they celebrated their time. And he was often there a couple of months out of the year. And when he was there, we met up. And during the last time, and this was actually the last time that we've seen each other, because he's passed away now. May God bless his soul. But in this last dinner, we were enjoying eating, drinking, having a couple of drinks. And at the end of the meal, I was asking him, what would you contribute your success to? Why do you think you've been able to be so successful in business as you have been? And he had to think about it a little bit. First he grinned. He said, well, I always bought everybody a beer, and it didn't matter if I was at the Catholics or at the Protestants. I was welcome everywhere because they liked me, because I bought everybody a beer. And then he continued on that note a little bit. Well, and I also always took my banker out for lunch. So I had a great relationship with my banker, and if I needed money or cash flow for my business, I had a great relationship, and I could call my banker, and my banker would look into everything that could possibly be done to help me in the business that I'm operating in. He was in property, estate, building, management, that kind of stuff. And then he became a bit more still. You really saw him ponder. And based upon that pondering, that thinking, all of a sudden I think it came to him. And he stated two words: friendliness and righteousness. And these two words is basically what he built his business upon, he said. He said, I always tried to be doing things in a righteous manner. Always try to do the right thing. Even though sometimes doing the right thing is very hard to do. But still swallowing your pride or making that extra investment and doing the right thing. Which is beautiful when you think of how much that operates in alignment with the universal laws. As Ralph Waldo Emerson taught us, the law of laws, cause and effect. And I'm not sure if I agree that that is the law of laws, but it is definitely one of the laws of the universe. For every cause there is an effect, and for every effect there is a cause. It's called the train of causation. And when you really look into that, when you truly start doing the right thing, you'll see things coming not from the place where you've done the right thing, but they'll start coming from other places, because that is how the universe works. If you donate to one thing, or if you do philanthropy, or if you do something else right for like a loved one, or even for a stranger, it isn't gonna come back to you through the same route, but it will come, because that is a law of the universe, the law of cause and effect. Willingly give and graciously receive. And he put it so simply. I focused on two things, friendliness and righteousness. And that is what I've always tried to do as well. But dang, sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? To operate on friendliness and righteousness, even if somebody else is doing you wrong. Still doing the right thing and being friendly. Then it becomes a bit more challenging, doesn't it? But that is the difference between successful people, quote unquote successful people, and quote unquote unsuccessful people. Successful people are even sharper when things aren't going their way. When things aren't going their way, they try even harder. They do even more their best than when things are going their way. Successful people, which is the common denominator of success, tend to do the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. And fascinating, successful people also usually don't like to do the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do, but they do them anyway. And they turn them into habitual behaviors. They change their paradigm, that mental program that almost exclusively controls our habitual behavior. And note this, almost all our behavior is habitual. And when they change that paradigm, when they change the way that they look at things, the things that they look at change. And they start actually enjoying to do the things which actually maybe in the past are just very unenjoyable things. But because it has become an habitual behavior, it will become more difficult not to do it than it is to do it. Just like waking up early. Say, if you really want to win the day, if you wake up at 5 a.m., you can beat all your competition by the time that the clock hits 9 a.m. and the rest of the world goes to work. Then you've already beaten your competition because you woke up at 5. But hey, most people would be like, but I rather not get up at 5 a.m. because I'd have to go to bed early and I wouldn't be able to watch that movie in the night. So I don't like to do that, so I'm not going to do that. The successful person says, I'm going to do that. And the first couple of months, they hate getting up and it is tiring and they are exhausted and it feels horrible. And eventually, it becomes easier to wake up at 5 a.m. and they feel more vibrant and alive doing their amazing morning rituals every day than not do them. And that is where you and I also have to go to. And especially regarding these two vital values of friendliness and righteousness. Who are you going to be friendly to today? And what thing are you going to be focusing for today and every day to come in doing the right thing? Are you ready to do the right thing? Commit to it. That is my suggestion. Commit to doing the right thing no matter what. And the law of laws regarding Ralph Waldo Emerson, the law of cause and effect, will kick in for you. And if you want some more clarity in your life, some clarity on what it is that your purpose is, what it is that you truly love to do, and then a way to turn it into a profitable venture, you can download my free Ultimate Life and Business Design Template in the description below. For now, my friends, I would love to wish you a wonderful day, and don't forget to live with love and live with passion. Namaste.